Welcome to Climate Change News. This is Isha Bargate. Today's news are: every year, September 16th marked the signing of the landmark Montreal Protocol, which heralded the phasing out of ozone depleting substance like chlorofluorocarbons. Montreal Protocol has contributed significantly to the production of an ozone layer, and that will need to come together for the upcoming landmark Kigali Amendment, which enter into force on the 1st January 2019 to phase out the powerful climate warming gases called hydrofluorocarbons. Bloomberg, EU and Miguel Arias Centena have pledged to aid into bid to shift away from the harmful coal, as people have started to be more aware and realize that coal is not sustainable means to attain energy due to their contribution to water and air pollution. The support for the switch came at an opportune time. In addition, the launch of the platform for coal region in transactions, which is aid and support the other countries in the social economy effect during the transition period, has seen increase in stakeholders, national authorities and administrations, NGOs in supporting to create a sustainable framework for a smooth transition whilst tackling the potential challenges. A new report which shows the United States and Europe appear successfully in cutting carbon pollution domestically. They now increasingly rely on imports from the factories in developing countries, driving up emissions in China, India, and elsewhere, simply reflecting a shift in where industries with large carbon footprints operate. The report, authorized by the consulting firm Global Efficiency Intelligence and KGM, estimated that 1/4 of the global emissions are currently outsourced and calls this process a carbon loophole, because international climate efforts only consider domestic carbon emissions. A new study shows that insects can spread microplastics from polluted water to other, more remote environments and also affect the birds, bats and other animals that eat them. The research focuses on a type of a mosquito found globally. When they are larvae in polluted water, they feed on algae. However, microplastics are the same size and therefore they end up eating those too. By the time they have become mosquitoes, they have significant amount of microplastic inside them. It was not until August 2017 that Impenetrable National Park in Argentina, habitat for jaguars, pumas and tapirs, was open to public. But soon after that, South America's second largest forest ecosystem is damaged by cattle ranchers and soya farmers, making 1 hectare of the forest land is lost every minute. The Project Master Plan Impenetrable was established to develop a sustainable tourism and eco-lodges at the edges of this area. Such a project can also raise the awareness of environmental protection in the community and even around the world. Scientists have found a way that farmers can slow down climate change while yielding more harvest. It is the way they dig the soil. Previously, farmers had to produce more greenhouse gas emissions and use more pesticides to more harvest. However, with this new method, that will not necessary. Simple practice like using cover crops and adding biochar into the soil can drastically drive down the temperature of global warming by 0.5 degrees Celsius and absorb about 1.7 billion tons of carbon in the soil. Moreover, reports have shown that sustainable intensification can drive costs down for farmers while increasing productivity. Some areas in Karnataka become arid with the lack of rains, which makes rice, maize, and sugarcane there impossible to grow. To deal with the crisis, farmers in those places turn into millets, a drought-resilient crop that is highly nutritious, non-glutinous, and rich in fiber. It merely requires low input costs, With the expected 20% rainfall deficits by 2030, the cultivation of a rice would reduce 13.91 million tons. To adopt to such a potential drastic change, farmers had to resort to sorghum, little millets and foxy-tail millets cultivation. Study in the British Medical Journal this week has found that air pollution may increase the risk of a dementia. The study found that people over 50 living in these areas with the highest level of nitrous oxide gases are 40% more at risk of a dementia than those living with the lowest level of the polluting gases. Although there are the other factors and work in causing the disease, they still point to pollution having effect on dementia risk. Pollutions have recently been found to be present in the placentas of the pregnant woman, as well as begin a blame for many other health problems, especially heart and lung diseases. The Global Climate Action Summit recently concluded in San Francisco with a new commitments to mitigate the impact of a climate change. The summit aimed to setting ambitious target to mitigate climate change in 5 major areas: health, energy system, inclusive economic growth, sustainable communities, land and ocean stewardship, and lasting, bringing investors together to fund climate change projects. Using locally available resources, low-cost technology and discarded plastic, the Flip-Floppy project has created a fully recycled marine boat, which was put out in the Indian Ocean on 15 September. The boat is now set to take a 500-kilometer trip from Kenya, Lamu Islands to Zanzibar in Tanzania, stopping along the way at schools, community centers to raise awareness about plastic pollution and inspire people to come up with their own unique solution to plastic problem the world faces today. Thanks for watching us. We will see you next time, same channel. This is Isha Bargate.